Hello, my name is Niall Shannon, and this is my show. I am a Langara College journalist student, and so I started this podcast to chat about some of my favorite things with some of my favorite people, and get some interesting perspectives, and hopefully find some amusement and entertainment out of these things. So this week I had Garen Fallman, a writer and fellow journalist at Langara, who, besides having a talent in all forms of writing, has a specialty in gaming and game culture, something that I love to talk about. So I had him by my place for an interview, a chat, and a couple NBA Jam sessions. And, occasionally we decided to actually talk about things. And we got into things about, his favorite games, his opinion on Dustin Hoffman, it's controversial, Superman versus Batman, and the Harry Potter series, books and videos and movies and all that stuff. If you get to the end of this session, there's a special bonus sort of half an hour segment of a very, very, seriously, trust me, exciting game of NBA 2000, an N64 classic, and it gets real heated. And it has a surprising upset victory that I think everyone will love to hear. So anyways, without further ado, enjoy. Alright, so here I am with Mr. Garen Fallman. I probably should not have started off with such a heavy sigh. That was unintentional. That was
here
me.
Garen Fallman.
Garen is here. Now it just, I don't know, just kind of breathing in deeply. So
we had quite the interruption. So
yeah, before we've tried about 3 times to do this podcast, and there's been Telus people coming by, and NBA Jam sessions that have just gone off the hook.
Destroy this.
So
there we go.
I think there is one of the skulls in the. So anyway, sorry. Right now we're playing. I'm watching Garen play one of his favorite games ever, which is Banjo-Kazooie on the N64. Which is a game that I never had an N64. Growing up, I had friends who had it, but no one ever really played Banjo, or never around me at least, because it's a one-player game. But
what the fuck is this?
Karen is looking for some Mumbo skulls to transform
Into a termite.
I didn't even know there was eggs up there.
Yeah, there's a secret thing on the top of every level.
God.
One of the torches is always out. So I've beaten this game about. I've beaten it completely, I'd say twice.
Yeah.
But I've played this game in various forms many times in my life. It's definitely one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah. Well, what makes it your favorite?
Well, so this game taps into a very... Oh, well, there you go. There's a Mumble Skull. That's a perfect example of one of the things this game taps into. What I like about this game, gameplay-wise, is it is a... People don't like this a lot, but it's a treasure hunt. That's what it is. There's nothing deeper to it. You go to different maps, and you just have a list. You literally have a checklist of things to collect, and you need to collect. And I don't know. There's something. All right, so that's not gonna work. There's something really good feeling about just in Banjo-Tooie. It was it's the same thing, but you couldn't find everything in the level without going to later levels, getting... It's very Metroid-like, you needed to go get the right item or whatever, power up, and then come back and get things. Banjo-Kazooie is 8 self-contained levels where you can completely get everything in that level, except for one example.
What example is that?
Gobi Desert and Freezezy Peak. You need to get the power from either level to get the last Jiggy.
Okay.
Other than that, every single level is completely self-contained. You can just complete everything in that level.
Sorry, there's a level called the Gobi Desert.
Yeah. No, wait.
Yeah,
Gobi Valley. Valley.
Okay, because Gobi Desert is a real desert.
Yeah.
In China.
Gobi Valley is the name of this game. But yeah, and there's just it's just this feeling of just like getting dumped into a world and just being given a checklist and just walking out with that checklist checked feels really good.
Yeah.
So from a gameplay perspective, I just really like that. There's a ton of stuff to collect. There's so much stuff, and it has the style of the game is just one I've always liked in like everything. It has very like Disney-esque. I always said like it would make a great Disney World kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
Just all these different worlds.
Yeah, I can see that.
Has that same kind of like tongue-in-cheek whimsy. Yeah, I mean, I grew up as a very, very huge Disney fan. One of my best friends was a massive Disney fan, and so I spent just a lot of time watching Disney movies and doing Disney things, and this game just tapped that same... I've already been here.
What's your favorite Disney movie?
Oh, I mean, it changes from time to time, but I would say, like, overall, it'd probably be Lion King.
Lion King? Yeah, that's classic. That's probably my favorite, too.
It was the first movie I ever saw in theaters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, that movie's pretty good. Recently, though, I saw Hunchback of Notre Dame again.
Really?
That movie stands up.
I've never...
That movie's dark.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's really good.
I've never seen that movie.
So here I am saying how I played this game a bunch and I know it like the back of my hand, and I am... There we go! There we go.
Finally, the last Mumbo Skull.
Now I see it. Of course, I knew it was there all along, but...
No.
Yeah, it's been a while. Another thing about this game, the music, like... I love just the style of music. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's like that... Womp-out, 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 womp-out. Like, all the songs are built on that. And,
Is that from
so
classical? Is that classical music?
I don't know. It's definitely very Disney-esque.
The womp womp womp.
You know,
Yeah, I think that was Mozart.
The 1-2 tuba beat. Womp pop up womp pop womp pop up womp. The I don't know. Is it a waltz? I don't know. It's got very good like Disney-esque music, and it's got the dynamic soundtrack, which was crazy in the day and is still crazy now because
it is nice. It is nice that when you go into water,
yeah, you
the
go
music
underwater, it gets
sounds
like it gets played on marimba, but you go even different area like Mumbo's Mountain. You know, it's very. This is the level I'm playing right now, level 1, Mumbo's Mountain. It's very small, but the music is completely different in each area. Like I'm in the village right now, and it's got like these like. I don't know, like sweeping tribal noises, and then you go by the termite nest, and it's got these like thin sounding, like, you know, almost sounds like termites playing. I don't know what termite instruments would sound like.
Probably a piccolo.
It's got like a thinner drum, and it's got that like termite horde sound, like
a termite horde sound.
Yeah, you can picture them marching into Mordor.
Yeah, I guess.
And then
so.
you go near Conga's tree, and you get the.
Are there termites in Mordor?
There's probably termites in Mordor.
That's a weird
thought. Think about the flora and fauna of.
Well, yeah, I guess I don't think there's any. It seems pretty blackened.
I think.
Besides orcs.
I think in the books there was some.
Like a deer, a Mordor
I don't know.
deer.
Actually, like I can't remember. It's been a while since I've read that far into the book.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, like the Lord of the Rings was just a fucking challenge.
Lord of the Rings books or
the books? The books.
Yeah, no, they're challenging reads. Like he has admitted himself that he is not an author of like stories. Like that wasn't.
No.
He did make an amazing some people do criticize the story. I personally think like it is a fantastic story. Like
it is a great story.
I think the character of Gollum is like actually like one of the best. Like it's a fantastic character, and like there are some good story pieces there. But like the reason he wrote those books was just to make an excuse to make, you know, his elven language. Like that was literally it. He wanted to. He likes talking about genealogies and family trees.
Because he was an English. He was an English don at Oxford, I believe.
Yeah. So I mean, he just wrote those books as an excuse to. I need a world to make these languages make sense. Mm-hmm. And because like the big thing about him was like language history. So he wrote all this like this is where the language comes from. These are the people that speak it. This is why like. Every character is such a different character in the Fellowship because they represent, you know, different aspects of the culture, and like so it's really cool if you look at it in that light. But a lot of people don't like it because it's not not Harry Potter. Nothing against Harry Potter. I think those are great books too. But I mean, like
I've never read Harry Potter.
They're actually pretty good. A lot of people, I don't know.
I can't do Harry Potter. You know why? Wands. wands and the stupid uniforms. It's like it reminds me.
But the uniforms are just an English thing.
Yeah, I know. It reminds me of growing up in England.
You try and bury those memories?
No, it's just that it's like I don't think that's badass. Like,
it's not. That's the.
But that's okay. I watched. So I saw the first movie and then like the last movie, the second part of Deathly Hallows, Hallows, whatever.
Yeah, Deathly Hallows.
Yeah. So obviously I have no sense of the plot.
Okay, well I should also preface this by saying I've seen none of the movies and only read up to book 4, so I'm not a expert either, but I loved what I did.
But do you know the plot? Like if I
know,
say...
Oh, you can spoil it. Like
okay.
I know generally what happens.
Okay, well, all I'll say is there's a giant battle, which you probably would have thought in the first book is going to happen anyways.
Yeah, I've read Lord of the Rings.
yeah, exactly. So they finally have this giant battle, and there's just... It's all these little schoolboys and schoolgirls with like the little wands shooting. And it's just, it looks so dumb. Like, I mean, compare the last battles in like, like the Siege of Gondor and like...
To be fair...
It's just more badass.
Bit of a different, tone...
Yeah, but
stakes.
But people were always saying to me that the Harry Potter books get darker. Like, no, it can't be dark.
They do get dark, but
okay.
I think one of the things that makes Harry
darker
Potter...
in comparison to the first book, where they're like, "Oh, it's Hogwarts," like
Harry
it's super
Potter,
whimsical.
To me,
it's not dark.
It was always a much subtler than Lord of the Rings is like. It's very clear, orcs and dark dungeons and shit. Like it's primordial D&D shit. Like it's very clearly, you can see why it's dark. Like what made Harry Potter special, I think, was like how was the fact that it took place in like a high school. Like I think that was kind of what made it special. It was like all the dark things and all the like the coolest part was just them stumbling onto this dark shit in their high school, like finding a secret passage and it leading to the basilisk chamber or whatever.
But it's just high
I find
school
that really
drama,
cool.
though.
It's like it's high school drama, but plus all this crazy, like them just stumbling onto. Okay, I know one of these things is in a tree. It's high school drama plus there's a Dark Lord trying to kill them. Like I don't know. I think being rooted in that point of realism, that just like high school, is what makes Harry Potter work. I can see how I haven't seen any of the movies. They've always looked way cheesier to me than the books. Like the books, I think they do a better. I mean, having not seen the movies, I think the books do a better job of communicating the dynamic a bit better. Of like, I don't know. They always read a lot darker than they looked on screen.
Okay.
What the fuck is this thing? I'm looking for one more honeycomb, empty honeycomb piece. And
Why do you need it?
If I recall, because we're 100%ing this.
Okay.
And look, I have 100 notes. I have 10 jiggies. I need one more empty honeycomb, and
Did you dive to the bottom of that lake?
I thought it was at the top of one of these trees. Turns out there's only 2 trees.
I think there's gotta be more. No? I don't know.
I think it's at the
Maybe
top
that
of
guy
some.
has it.
You know what? Maybe that guy does have it. Let's just try. Nope.
No, he doesn't. I don't know. I can't really see it. I can't really see the darkness.
Dementors are pretty dark.
There's
There's dark things that fill in the cracks, and that's what I like. Like it's like what I was saying. Like Lord of the Rings is very blatant out there. Well, no. Like it does have stuff he doesn't really touch on, but for the most part, it's much more like out in the open than Harry Potter is. Harry Potter hints at a lot more things than Lord of the Rings, and I think that's for the most part like a better way of storytelling.
Yeah. No. Admittedly, like,
and they do much more of that. Just like, Harry Potter wanders into the woods and starts talking to a centaur, and I don't know, the centaur spills some dark shit, and they never really touch on it again. Also,
sorry, a centaur spills dark stuff on him.
That was not meant to be literal. I meant
right. Okay,
he
so
imparts some dark knowledge.
Okay, but then
he lays down some truths.
But then you muttered that then it's never talked about again.
Well, no, I'm sure it is. I don't know.
Because that to me is just a plot failure.
Okay, well, it probably is, because I was going to say the other thing that I love about J.K. Rowling is that she... I don't know if it was intentional or if she's just really... Oh, fuck, I need to turn my termite again if I want to explore this place. Where's this thing? Another thing she does is, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but she seems to seed her stories with these threads of narrative that just endure for the entire thing. And they are just like, I don't know. Some of the plot threads are just like... They are started in book one seemingly like as these innocuous things. And then by the end of the last book, there are these incredible things that like all perfectly make sense and just referencing things that happened in book one. It's like, that's kind of incredible, like how everything is kind of accounted for in her world, and they're all like feeding into each other. Like, it's just, as much as I know about the greater plot, like what I knew about the whole like Tom Riddle stuff was crazy. Like, I mean, granted, I read those books when I was pretty young, but like that was crazy to me. Like,
and Tom Riddle is
Voldemort. Is Voldemort, and just like there's, I think it's in book 4 or book 3, where there's several flashback chapters that just like Tom Riddle's the main character, and they're nuts. They're just like, there's so much like referencing to older events, and it's crazy. And from the sounds of things, that continues to occur throughout the entire.
So how come you stopped reading them?
I stopped reading them. Okay, well, like, so book 4, I believe that was when I was in grade 7 when that came out. So I was graduating into high school, and I don't know if it was like a cool thing. I just kind of stopped reading.
You're just anti-reading?
No, I wasn't anti-reading.
You became illiterate to show your parents?
Yeah, it was a sign of defiance. I just didn't read during high school. My excuse at the time was that like I was reading so much, and like that was true. We did always have a novel on hand, but I just never read a lot in high school. I still don't read very much. It's one of my dark secrets that I don't like telling people. I don't really read all that much, and I hate it.
Is it because you game a lot more?
That is definitely because of it. Honestly, every time where I would be reading, I'm like, I should be playing a game that I'm trying to like get. I'm always trying to get through a game, so I'm always like, oh, I should be. Why am I spending this time reading? And I just like keep trying to, which is a sad way to live your life.
No, I definitely, I still do read a lot, but I definitely read less and play games more than I used to.
Yeah, I do. I want to at least get at least one book in my rotation right now. I've read Lord of the Rings like 3 times, and I shouldn't be reading it again, but I just picked it up again, and it's beside my bed, and I'm like, I should start reading again, and Lord of the Rings is right there, so I picked it up.
That's why you hate reading.
I was just...
They're torturous, man. Like,
I love the Lord of the Rings books.
Okay, I love
I'm not
the Lord of the Rings
I'm not going to read the Lord of the Rings books again. I've read them enough.
Okay.
But no, I was just flipping through it a bunch and like reading a couple chapters. It's like, yeah, I should totally read. Like, I love reading. Well, yeah, it was in the Stormcrow last time. We were talking about Neuromancer, and I was like, yeah, Neuromancer is one of my favorite books of all time. And,
yeah, well, I haven't read that. Chester has, though.
Like, why aren't I reading that?
Yeah.
Okay, this is seriously pissing me off.
I'm looking it up right now.
Like, where is this? No, like, if I have to look it up, I will just end my life. How bloody do you want this podcast to get?
Well, I think ratings would go up if you killed yourself.
Because I knew where everything else was in this level, and then just brick walled on this. And oh, I know where it is. Stop. I know where it is.
Where is it?
Haha. I need to leave the level to get it. I'll show you where it is. Oh, it won't let me. Oh, yep. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Just before you had to look it up. It's floating in the sky in a place where I can't get it. To leave the level, make that totem pole spawn again. Oh, actually, let's stay as a termite. Because, check this out. You know what? One of my favorite things is, like, look at that field. I want to go there.
Looks like shit.
I want to go there so bad.
You're talking about this field. It's just a 7 green pixels in the distance with a
but it looks like it goes,
2 pixel cloud.
Looks like it just goes on forever. It's just this massive field. Like, I want to explore that so badly.
But you'll never be able to.
My favorite thing in games are empty fields.
Your favorite things in games are empty fields.
Seriously.
What kind of statement is that?
Whenever I can figure out how to like go beyond the boundary of a game and you just get that empty vastness that it just lets you.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what gets me happy. Playing World of Warcraft. The only thing like I started a guild with. Okay, so my friends were like they actually played the game like real people.
Right.
I did not. I didn't really care for the game mechanics. I just liked exploring the world. I thought World of Warcraft was a really cool world.
Right.
Started an explorers guild. We just had level 1 characters that tried to run as far as we could into all. We tried to just get our maps filled. But we also tried to like get out of the map. It was mainly just me actually. Just trying to explore out of the map and just trying like and old vanilla. Did you ever play WoW?
I played a little bit.
Because old vanilla WoW
years ago.
Like you could pretty easily get out of the map in some places if you were pretty crafty. And that was the funnest when you broke out into like some underdevelopment area and just like discovered all the shit they didn't want you to see.
Right.
That's the stuff I love in games. There was a game. Did you ever play Monster Truck Madness 2?
No, why would I play that game?
Fantastic game, but it was a monster truck racing game. If you couldn't tell,
Right? Yeah. I'll piece that together.
And you could drive off the tracks if you were crafty, and then it was just this endless like terrain that you could just drive across. But there was occasionally like these sheer cliffs that just went down like 4,000 feet, and like it was just crazy. It was like you were in some like that 2D perspective. I don't think doesn't see Escher communicate. It was cool. I like those like the games.
I don't know who MC Escher
like with the 3D.
MC Escher?
Like, of course you do. He's the
like I like
really famous.
I like world building. Like I love Skyrim.
So
Skyrim
at this point you can see that Garen has lost his mind and is
I like
pretending he knows
like
who
reading the books
this
and later
Escher
and
guy is. That's
looking at
MC
the world
Escher.
and like seeing like hey there's
He
like,
mentioned something later
a room
vaguely
over there,
about
I don't know what
stairs,
that
but
room is,
I
like-
think he's talking horseshit.
but I wish it was cool going into a crypt, but I know it's like
after this
one
point,
of the 3 layouts that just get repeated over and over, and you never
I forget
discover
even what
anything.
happened.
It's
Oh
like-
yes,
I don't know.
our pizza arrived.
Gameplay
So,
is great, but like honestly,
after
like,
that,
my favorite
after our
thing in
eating
games
session,
is that
we
freedom
get
of
to talking.
exploration that
We get to talking about
they
Legend of
give you
Zelda,
levels where you're, like,
Ocarina of
leveling
Time,
up your character,
Majora's
or
Mask.
doing that shit.
It's going to
So, like, out of the
segue
3D
kind
levels
of
because
awkwardly into the
like,
subject.
they give you that
And
exploration.
about
2D exploration
40
is not
minutes
really
in,
the
I
same. It's very
decide
flat. You can see where
to
you
walk
can't go,
around
you can-
and
Right.
turn the fan on really
solid
high
borders
because
to
I was
everything.
dying of the heat. And in
the
that
Majora's
point,
Mask, I think, is, like, honestly, like, one of the
you
most-
probably get
one of the
some
best
wind
games ever
ruffle.
made in terms of
So for that, I
interaction with
apologize.
the world and interaction
And
with
this is
characters.
very
Everything
haphazard
is so
editing
tight
job.
and, like,
So yeah, please
everything
accept my
connects to
apologies
itself. Like,
and
there's
enjoy the
not
rest.
all that many characters. Like, there's a lot of characters, but relative to most games, there's not all that many. But they all have like you played that game, right? Like, you know how it's like 3 days that keep getting looped over and
Oh
over.
yeah, sorry, yeah. I've watched my friend play it back in the day, so I have a vague understanding of like 3 days and going back
it's
in time.
very dark too. Like, it's a super dark game, but in very subtle ways.
Yeah,
But it's super depressing because it's like it's the end of the world. It's the 3 days of the apocalypse that you keep living over and over again. And so each character in the game has this like team. They have this like this path that they follow for these 3 days. So you just keep reliving like the way each person deals with the apocalypse, basically. And it's like it's so good. You just get to like you can talk to every character and get like each character has this storyline and this routine. Like, they're not always NPCs that stand in the same place. It's like so good.
right.
So Ocarina of Time, like, I love it because it invented all this shit for like gaming in general. But like, it's a much simpler game. It's just like, yeah, go save the princess, go from the forest dungeon to the water dungeon to the fire dungeon, and then go to the last boss. It's pretty simple in terms of like the actual design of the game. I mean, there are some twists in there.
Right.
It's not. Majora's Mask is crazy. Like, I don't understand how it's barely a Zelda game. Like, it's so weird. It's like a weird, like...
It is quite different.
It's like a weird life sim. It's almost like an Animal Crossing, where you're just shuffling items between people and talking about people's problems, and then there's 4 dungeons in the game. Like, Ocarina of Time has 8.
Right, yeah. That is kind of weird.
Like, yeah, it's a crazy game. I love that game. Also, it looks out of control. Like, it looks so good. It holds up today, like, completely. It looks really... Like, after watching NBA, I don't understand.
Yeah,
Like,
after
there's this huge gulf in
NBA
N64
Jam,
graphics.
yeah.
Like, I mean, Banjo-Kazooie was like the top of NC4 graphics.
Well, to be fair, with like sports games,
which are usually the leaders of their field.
Usually, but I think it's kind of weird because
except not anymore. Sports games these days look really bad.
Yeah, but I think with sports games at this time, like you're at that kind of stage of 3D modeling where it's really hard to do. Like, you'd have to be super innovative and, like, have such a crazy budget to make fingers.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
Some shit is just really hard. Like, that old adage, like, it's really hard to draw fingers. Like, hard to
and
them too.
You got to render it so much faster than these games, right? Like,
I was talking about that Battlefield 4 trailer. Have you seen that one? It's like
an
8-minute gameplay trailer of the, like, I don't know if it's the first level of the campaign of Battlefield 4.
No.
It's like the most amazing graphical achievement I've ever seen in terms of like physics and all the shit it's computing.
Yeah.
It's like the scene you're like fighting on a sinking aircraft carrier,
right?
And it's sinking sideways into the ocean, and all the planes on it like slide down all dynamically and like break on shit, like, and break up in completely realistic ways, and it doesn't look like it's shattering into 1,000 pieces, like it's breaking off where a plane would break, and it feels all like heavy and weighty, and the waves are going crazy, and when the plane like smashes into the waves, like it reacts completely how it would react if a plane is falling into it. Like it's nuts. It's like, it looks just so like, I'm sure it's polished for like a demo, and it might not look exactly that good, but Battlefield 3 looked really good, so I don't know.
Yeah, true.
But
it's just crazy to think that you know how much it's changed. I mean, no other field has radically transformed.
Yeah, the game's been around for like 40 years, and it's like,
yeah, it's just, I mean, unbelievable.
It's pretty crazy. Well, like, even have you? Yeah, no, you haven't played Last of Us because we talked about this at the bar, but Last of Us looks like. Last of Us is a game that makes you not feel like you don't need new generation consoles. Like, it looks stupid.
It looks stupid?
Yeah, at least. It looks fake. Like, it looks so good.
Sorry. You're saying fake, but it looks good? So I'm not...
Sorry, I'm getting some flowery language in here. I mean, like, it looks like it shouldn't be real.
Okay.
Like, it looks like they're joking. Like they're pulling your leg. Because it looks so good.
Okay.
It's dumb.
Okay.
Yeah, you get it?
I see. I'm picking up picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, like that game looks outstanding. Like the texture work is ridiculous. I learned recently that the facial animations in those, like that game, like the dialogue's really good and the story's really good, but a lot of it is like communicated in like the actual physical acting of the characters, which is like not something games have really been able to do well at all, because as we saw, and then like most game characters look like NBA characters, where they're just like blocks, so they can't like physically act very well. Yeah. And I just recently learned that all the facial animations in that game were done by hand, like they weren't mocapped.
Wow.
Which is nuts. So, like, without spoiling anything, there's a scene in this game where like the characters say one thing and mean another. Like they're having this kind of conversation, and like this one character says something. He's lying, but like he says this lie, but he, like his face, you can like just read his. Well, it's like L.A. Noire, how they had all that. Like that was the whole point of that game, was reading people's faces, reading lies.
Right.
But the difference with L.A. Noire is it was mocap, whereas this was like actually handcrafted, and it's amazing.
Yeah, L.A. Noire is a good attempt, but I could never get into that game.
Never played it. I want to play it, but all the trailers, it looks pretty crazy.
It is, but there's something about
really
the motion capture face where it's like sometimes it captures really dumb looking expressions that I'm like, I don't know what this is. Like someone just kind of like sucking on their like.
Are they like
just kind of going?
Do they over?
they overact. Yeah, because like it's clearly the technology is not as good or something. Or
well, they were probably just like, we really want to show this technology, so make sure you show like, hey, you're saying this thing, but you mean this thing.
Yeah, so it's like
make it look like that in your face.
Yeah.
I've heard some complaints that like the bodies don't look as good as the faces.
No, like you can see like, I mean the bodies look good, but when you see compared to the faces, like holy shit.
Like the hands don't move well at all, and then they like go up, scratch their like creepily realistic face.
And that's the thing, because it is so realistic. It's like It's like you're trapped in this weird, I don't know, flesh zombie that's not a...
Total Recall.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen Total Recall.
Yeah?
Oh.
Not even the army one?
Does that reference work? Because I've never seen it.
Well, not really, because you have
Total Recall, but I'm not entirely sure.
It's not like you're in an old body.
Is Total Recall the one that Mars Schwarzenegger?
Sorry?
It's Mars Schwarzenegger, right? That's Total Recall?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
right.
And it's a three-titted woman.
Right.
One of the main features.
It's also the one where the woman's face goes like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that scene. It's a good scene. It holds up today.
Yes. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'm amazed you've seen a movie and I haven't. After that list, I should make my own.
Okay. I've seen tons of movies.
No, I know you have. You've seen better movies than the rest.
Yeah.
You're hipster.
I just haven't seen, like, The Graduate, Jaws, Good Will Hunting.
I didn't even know The Graduate was a movie to see until...
It's one of those things I always see
recently.
referenced.
Yeah, like I knew
Always,
the
like-
Mrs. Robinson reference.
Yeah, I know the references, but it's
I didn't
like...
know it came from a movie until I saw the movie randomly. I'm like, The Graduate, what is this shit?
Uh-huh.
Also, I hate... who's the lead actor?
You don't like Dustin Hoffman?
Hate Dustin Hoffman.
Wow.
Absolutely hate him.
Is it because you're anti-Semitic, or...?
Basically, yeah. This is my deep-rooted hatred of Jewish people is what just prevents me. No, he. I say this without sounding like an idiot. He sounds like an idiot. Like, I don't like the way he acts. There's a lot of actors that, like, you know, reviewers, like, people joke, like, oh, like, you seen the latest Stallone movie, like, he's playing Stallone, or, like, you know, they're
Right.
playing... I feel like Dustin Hoffman has that, too. He's just not a gimmicky action hero character that he plays all the time, so it's a bit harder, it's a bit less encouraging to say that. He has a character that he always plays.
Yeah.
It's just the shitty, like, Asperger's patient. Like, seriously, he is the most socially awkward character in every single movie. It's like, it's like he is playing Rain Man. Like, Rain Man is the most amazing movie for him, because, finally he can take this character of his to 11. Every other movie, he plays this like, it's like he's got Asperger's. He's got this weird
there's that
lisp,
one,
and he cannot communicate to anyone.
What's the one with...
And it's frustrating. Just, sorry.
No, in...
It's so
Did you ever
annoying.
see All the President's Men?
Yes, we watched that in class.
Yeah, not all of it, though.
Okay, no,
But
I've seen
yeah.
what we saw in class, yeah.
He's not Asperger-y in that.
I thought he was. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Weird.
Yeah, I'd have to see that movie again, actually, but
No,
I don't
mean,
remember that changing my opinion,
I
for
don't
sure.
love Dustin Hoffman. I don't hate him, though.
I maybe wouldn't go as far, like, I don't think he's, like,
Okay,
awful, but, like, I don't
You're not
really
a
like
fan.
him. I'm not like, oh, yeah, he Dustin Hoffman. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think he's that great of an actor.
Well, because I was talking to Medea, who is a friend of mine, who... Well, we actually agreed on something last night that I've never met someone else who's agreed with me on this subject, which is I fucking hate Wes Anderson films.
Yeah, I've heard you say this.
I
think there's a ton of people that hate Wes Anderson films.
I've never met anyone.
Because his films are so weird and different. Like, there has to be a ton of people. Like, they feel polarizing. Like, they feel polarizing when you watch them.
I hear that, but I've never met anyone who's on the same pole, I guess.
I haven't watched enough of his movies to... but I've seen Darjeeling Limited, and I've seen Mr. Fox, and
Jilted,
I love
and...
both those movies.
Oh, fuck. And, okay.
Darjeeling Limited is a great movie.
I hate Fantastic Mr. Fox, especially so because it's a children's... Sorry. It's a children's book that they just made fucking Wes Anderson cool, and everyone's just fucking cool, and it's like... it's the most fake, put-on, quirky bullshit. And at the end, he sees a fucking wolf or whatever.
The best movie scene
or fox,
ever, in my opinion.
and then he gives the... But no, that's bullshit, because he sees that he's just fake.
That's
he sees
the
that he's
point.
But what a stupid reaction. If you were to
But
find
he
out,
doesn't know.
if you were to find
the audience finds out he's fake. Well, I mean,
no,
like,
no,
they
he
already knew it all
he
along.
knows because he sees a real fucking.
No, he's so delusioned that he doesn't. He's just like, yeah, brother.
No, man. No, he
the
fucking
character
knows.
is in disillusion.
You see him because
he's so full of himself.
No, you see him
The whole
because
movie is so full of himself.
I don't know. I thought it was so dumb. I just wish it fucking ate him.
Dumb.
I wish it fucking ate him. And I also don't like George Clooney in general.
Really, I mean, also I haven't seen.
Because George Clooney is George Clooney in every movie.
Yes, he is George Clooney.
There's never a scene where.
But to be fair, I've never seen him in a movie where he's being asked to play a character. Like he's always playing the most flat characters ever. So he can just be George Clooney. Like
so. I just like I don't like that. Like
I don't know. Actually, no, that's not true. Dust to Dawn, he's pretty good in that movie.
That's the one time. This is like
he's really young too. Also, I thought he was good in Fantastic Mr. Fox. And that movie, like
no, he's just the same.
It's totally forgettable. But the movie it won a bunch of awards for some reason. Even though like it's I don't know. It was all right. I guess it was what's it called? Michael Clayton. You ever seen that movie?
No.
It's like a spy thriller, and it's
right.
I don't know. It was good.
I've heard of it, but
it's a pretty standard spy thriller. It's just written kind of well. He plays George Clooney in that movie pretty to the T, but it's his best take on George Clooney yet. Also, Batman, which was really bad actually because he also played George Clooney.
Yeah, and Batman isn't. I'm not a big Batman fan, but he's not like smooth. Not when he is Batman.
I don't think he ever could have been a good Batman because, like, I think they were like, oh, like George Clooney, like he's a smooth, like he's got that like suave kind of thing. But that's James Bond. That's not Batman. Like Batman's not suave. It's not
no, never
it's like
suave.
Suit and tie with Batman.
Yeah, he's proper and like well dressed and everything when he's Bruce Wayne, but he's not. Yeah, he's not like. He's not doing like sort of sassy one-liners.
Depressed, like he gets wasted.
He's a depressed weirdo.
Yeah.
Batman is a fucking weirdo.
James Bond is put together.
Yeah, he would be a better James Bond.
What do you think of that Superman versus Batman? They announced. Did you see that?
What?
They announced a new movie, Superman versus Batman, or Superman and Batman. I'm not sure what the word in between makes a big difference, but I'm not sure which it is.
Right. I did kind of hear that.
Joint, who I'm gonna guess that you hate.
I don't.
Just by your tastes, I'm gonna guess that you don't like Zack Snyder.
I like. Okay, he did Dawn of the Dead well.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, it is way better than the original.
Well, really hard to compare, but.
Well, yeah, I mean, but like even just in terms of story, like
no, sure. I mean, had a bit of
fast zombies, all that
evolution
shit.
of cinema on his side, but
to a little okay, but dude, in the 70s, it doesn't matter. Like, there's just some bad production value in that.
Yeah,
like even to the 70s, it was like, come on.
Yeah,
like in the whole scene in the very first when they're in the apartment building. Oh, okay, never mind.
I've only seen the remake.
Oh, okay, so
but I have seen.
So Dawn of the Dead.
Like 300?
Was good. Do I like 300 is a hard question to answer because
you can say that there were parts of it that were shitty because that's true.
Okay,
you can say that
presentation-wise, as a film, as a product put together by him, he did a good job.
Yeah, right.
And he's pretty
much how I feel about it.
He's really good at he's very good at capturing an image or like a style of like Watchmen, for example. He missed the point of Watchmen, which is obviously a big deal, but stylistically, that's to a fucking T what a Watchmen movie would look like if it was brought to life in a film.
I've only seen that movie once in theaters. I love that movie. Like, I
liked it, but then he missed the point of Ozymandias. He totally missed the point and totally missed why they called Watchmen.
Can you refresh me? Why? Like, I can't really remember I've seen that movie. I just remember really liking it.
Okay, for anyone who hasn't...
I read the book before it. So.
Okay, so anyone who hasn't seen the movie or read the graphic novel...
Please go read the graphic novel.
Yeah, read the graphic novel by Alan Moore, because it's fantastic. It's a whole take on superheroes and stuff like that. So if you don't want to know... spoilers ahead, so you might want to fast forward or whatever. Anyways, so... Ozymandias basically is the mastermind behind this whole plot to he's faking aliens coming back or attacking Earth to unite Earth altogether.
Yeah.
And in the meantime he's killing off all the Watchmen because they're the only people who actually could stop him, basically. So in the end they find him in the Arctic, and
Arctic?
Sorry?
Never mind.
What?
I'm not going to do that.
What? What? you interrupted me, so...
Sorry, it's ingrained in me, and people say Arctic. I have to say Arctic. It's juvenile, it's ingrained from... It's a high school thing. I'm sorry. I tried to suppress it. I couldn't.
Okay. So anyways, where was I?
Right after
I was in the Arctic. And Arctic. Yeah.
There you go.
No, it's the Arctic. It's
Certainly not
Arctic.
Oh.
Anyways. So yeah, they finally all the Watchmen get up there, and they hear Ozymandias' plan, and they all join up, except for Rorschach, who's killed. But when they hear his idea, Ozymandias is like, he's actually kind of the hero of the whole story. He killed those people and did some bad shit, but the whole point is that he united the whole Earth. The Earth is now united. There's greater peace than there's ever been, ever, and blah blah blah. But it's all fruitless in the end because that Rorschach's journal gets put into that fucking into that newspaper accidentally. But yeah, so in the film they make Ozymandias as like the villain.
Yeah, okay. I do remember this. They
also change it. They also change it that. Because in the graphic novel, the alien is the uniting force, whereas in the movie it's Dr. Manhattan. Yeah, they changed it so that Dr. Manhattan did that.
I don't know how I feel about that change, because I like the alien, but he's like, as much as I like him, he's equally kind of stupid.
Yeah, but the thing is like,
and I think also like the Manhattan thing works. It's not like that's not a bad idea. Like it does kind of work.
But
in fact, I'd almost argue it works. Like I don't know, I really like the alien thing because like it's cool in a comic booky way. Like the fact that it just like warps in and just kills everything. Like, that's cool in a campy comic book way. But like I don't know if that's not the angle you're going for. If that's not the tone you're going. Like it is a really random part of that book. Like I'll be honest. Like it doesn't really fit with the rest of the tone of the novel.
Yeah, because it's all fake though. It's a fake alien.
Oh, I understand that. But they kind of, I can understand why it was already a really long movie because one of my favorite parts about that movie, whether they missed some of the tone things, like when they did a scene from the book, it was almost frame for frame.
Oh no, yeah, for sure.
Dialogue, the shooting. So they did so much perfectly, and they tried to cram as much in. Like, they cut out the whole subplot of the scientists on the boat making that thing, right? So,
yeah.
I kind of understand why they cut out that subplot.
No, I get it. I get it.
But I do agree with you. Like, yeah, they made Ozymandias evil. Like, whether they explicitly stated it, like they made it really clear that he was a bad guy right from the start, and that was kind of dumb.
Yeah, because he's not supposed to be.
I read something on the internet. Okay, so I've never really thought about the character of Bubastis, but I guess he is the same deal as the alien.
Of who?
Bubastis, his cat.
Oh yeah.
Like, cause he's like a fake creature, right?
Oh yeah, he
was created by the same method that the alien is.
Something like that.
And there were some people saying like it's dumb that the alien's not in it, but Bubastis is because it doesn't explain why Bubastis exists.
To be honest, that stuff is.
And yeah, I never noticed any of that. I'm like, I never realized it. I thought he was just a cat.
Yeah, there was just a weird cat thing. I was like,
and hell, it's a world of superheroes, so why can't there be a weird cat?
Yeah. So no, okay, Zack Snyder did the best job that a Watchmen film probably could have done. Yeah, probably.
Although there's a cool story in the making of that movie, and I hope someone writes it one day, because there's so many script changes from that movie. There was because Alan Moore famously doesn't want any of his books in the books. But there was that one script that he's like, yes, this one could go. They didn't go with that one. It's the one that David Hayter wrote. Yeah. The guy that voices Solid Snake of all people.
Right. Yeah.
He's also a screenwriter.
Oh, nice.
And he wrote a treatment that Alan Moore was like, yeah, of all things like this, I would actually like this one to go on screen. They didn't.
It's probably an actual fan, I assume.
Yeah, no, he's a pretty nerdy dude.
Yeah. I don't know, but so okay,
He also
but
has written all the screenplays for like X-Men 2 or X-Men 1. I don't know.
oh really?
Yeah.
But 300 was okay. Again, stylistically and all that, it works.
Yeah,
but
like
it's
I
just,
think style is just as valid of a reason to really like a movie as like actually a lot of my favorite movies are simply style. Like,
but there's a
looks
certain
amazing.
there's a certain point where like, but okay, the problem is that I have an issue with the original content of the graphic novel. It's a faithful representation of a graphic novel that I don't like.
Yeah, I've never read have you read the original? Because I've never read 300.
It's just people try to argue that it's like, oh, it's like the Spartan view of like the Persians and stuff like that.
Oh, just how like racist it is.
Yeah, and but then it's
is.
like, but you know, there's a certain point where that's true. I could see that, but then when they say, there's a point where Leonidas makes fun of the Athenians for being boy lovers. I'm like, the Spartans famously fuck children all the time. Like that's their system of like training warriors, was pairing young boys with
system.
older warriors. Like, and there's a lot of sex going on. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's a super homoerotic culture. So it's like, that's just ignorant. And Frank Miller's just full of that shit because he's just like, I'm Frank Miller, I can just do whatever I want.
He's got a point.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just like, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
in the face of history, you can change fucking Batman, do whatever, but in the face of history, I can't accept that. You know, if you want to change around Batman, you know, whatever. But you know, it's like he changed Daredevil around. He did a really good run of Daredevil.
He did a Daredevil run?
He did a really good one in the 80s. It was really good. I have the whole collection.
Yeah.
He made it so that Daredevil actually was never blinded by the chemicals.
He's just blind at birth? Or he can see. Because I feel like that's the whole point of Daredevil.
Oh, no, sorry. He was blinded, but he didn't have supernatural powers from the radioactive.
Oh, so
he actually just did it through his own training. And then there's a
what are his powers?
Extrasensory perception. He has basically a vision through sound, like sonar kind of stuff like that. He's also really strong. And,
Echolocation?
yeah, pretty much,
He's
yeah.
the true Batman?
I guess so, yeah. Yeah.
I was thinking about this the other day. Sorry to derail you, but like
No.
Batman,
It's not really
not
a bat.
a lot of bat things about him.
Yeah.
Like,
He just- he names his-
when you say bat, like the first thing you think of is either vampires or echolocation. Like literally, those are the two defining things of bats.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing the vampire angle, like it's just echolocation. That's it. And flying.
I
Sure.
do-
like the visual representation.
I actually think
He doesn't
of...
do echolocation in any capacity.
When I think bats, I think rich people.
okay, yeah, orphans.
Yeah, rich orphans.
Yeah, they don't
That's
live
what
in
I
a
think
cave
of.
with 300 of their other family.
Yeah, true.
It's like
I
I guess Batman, they just went with like the visual stuff, like the cave and the wings and all that shit. But like,
Yeah, he just likes to name all of his
He
tools
isn't-
about bats.
like, I don't know. Yeah, no, he's a crazy person.
No, he's a
fucking crazy.
psychopath, yeah.
No, yeah, he's
just-
a psychopath.
He just hangs out in a
He's
cave.
got this like strict moral code.
Yeah, but it's just so dumb.
It is.
And it's so whiny. Okay, dude, who isn't an orphan in the superhero realm? Who is not an orphan? Superman?
He's Superman. Okay, to be fair, if you're Superman, like, shut the fuck up. You are Superman.
Yeah, but his entire planet was destroyed.
Okay, yeah, all right, sure.
Right? He can and the only people he can find that are like him are assholes, like Zod.
Yeah, but he's Superman, so he can bang anyone he wants on this planet.
Yeah, but you know what, Garen?
You want to go on a date? I'll fly you to that Boeing.
Sometimes it's more than just boning. Okay,
Name
when your
3
entire
times.
when your entire world has been destroyed and you're trying to make a connection.
Yeah, but okay, his
But
entire world was
Batman
destroyed
can-
before he was conscious.
No.
He was what, like 1.5?
Yeah, but he can kind of remember because of the Kryptonian.
He grew up on
blah, blah,
Earth.
blah.
Like, okay, if I was 1.5 and I was born on some island that completely got destroyed,
But let's say you wanted
and
to
then
find.
grew up here, like,
but let's say you wanted
okay.
to like a lot of
don't care.
orphans and adopted people. There's some point when you want to discover your roots.
Yeah, but it doesn't
He
make
can
you-
literally never do that.
sure, but it shouldn't make you depressed. Like, I don't know,
Yeah,
whatever.
it probably should a little bit. A little bit.
But
Yeah.
like not to the point that he is. Like, whatever. Okay, I can't find my real parents, but Mom and Pa Kent, you're my real parents.
I think.
You're my dad.
I think the Zack Snyder. Do you see the new Zack Snyder?
No, I actually really want to because I hate Superman, as well. Like I like him. Like I got nothing against the dude. He does good work.
Right.
But like as a character, I think he's just broken in so many ways. But
So's
the
Batman,
trailers
man.
looked really good.
So's Batman.
No, like Batman is overdone.
I'm sick of Batman.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sick of Batman too. But like, I'm not
him.
gonna let that. I'm not gonna let myself go too extreme and say like I think Batman's a bad character. I think he's a fantastic character. I think the reason he's so popular is one of the best. His character dynamic, I think, is one of the best in comics.
But it's like
because he doesn't have superpowers, you know.
But he does, man. Like
no,
he's super. Okay, yes, he just literally has no mutations, but he's not a normal. He's one of the cleverest people in the world.
He's basically James Bond.
No, because James Bond is not a genius. James Bond is a prepared agent with a billions of dollars of technology behind him and a whole institution. Batman is one dude who is like he's always ahead of all of his opponents. He has a contingency plan for every single one of his opponents and knows all of their weaknesses. He's constantly buff. He's constantly trained. Like
he's cool.
People are like, oh, he's so real and normal. It's like, no, he's not normal, and in no way is he normal. He's a super, like he's a superhero. He's not. He might not have powers, but he's not a normal human being.
No, I wouldn't use normal. I'd use relatable, and not in the way that like
how do I relate to him? He's a billionaire who lives in a cave.
I don't mean in that way, but I mean in the way that like he in the fringes of your psyche, like he is somewhat attainable. Like you can never be the Martian Manhunter,
right?
You can't be the Flash because that shit just doesn't happen. Like superheroes, like they're not relatable in the fact that it's impossible. There's nothing you could ever do to be them. Batman, like he's grounded. Like he is just a human who just, like mind you, yeah, he is maybe the most well-off human being on the.
He's a perfect human.
Yeah, he is the height of what we could ever be.
Yeah,
but he's a human with no help from magic. Like there's no comic book. Yeah, okay, actually, yeah, there's a lot of comic. Like voodoo happening, but I mean like the core character of Batman, like he is a dude in a suit that punches dudes well. Like he's pretty.
But he's a pussy.
He's relatable, and I think that's what makes him cool.
I can't relate to him.
Whereas I don't like Superman because he is the other end. Like literally, I find the idea of Superman versus Batman weird because they are literally the opposite end of the spectrum. Like Batman is completely stripped naked, and Superman is as much magic as you can. Like he's every superpower that's ever been invented in one person. Like Superman's fucking the opposite of Batman completely. Like that's why I don't like Superman stories because like there's no stakes. Like
see, I hear that, but then people say I've never read a Superman story. What Superman stories have you read?
I haven't read Superman stories. I've seen the movies.
Yeah, so okay, you've seen the movies. Like I mean,
and by the movies I mean like the first and second.
Yeah, I mean, like there's tons of stories because the thing about Superman is that he does have limitations.
To be fair, yeah, I don't know that much about Superman, but
I'm not even a huge Superman fan. But like, it annoys me that people kind of go like, I can't relate to Superman, but I can relate to Batman. Like, it just seems odd. Like, you can't relate to someone who like is trying to help people and like is constantly being shit on.
Perfect, like helping people.
But he does have these failures and limitations.
People, right? Like that's not really. Like I don't know. Even anti-heroes are trying to help people at the end of the day to a certain degree, whether it's themselves or like I don't know. Sure, I don't know a lot about Superman, but like his rap sheet of powers, I'm like, okay, like fuck this. Like, there was a scene in the trailer of Superman Returns where some guy shoots him in the eyeball with a bullet and just bounces off. I'm like that. Yeah, if before I even get to the point of consuming the media, I'm already like turned off. Like,
you know, that was a cool
like
show.
The back of the cover is like Superman. He can lift 1 billion tons. He can resist everything, and he kills everything. Like, all right, this book just ended, like right now. I know everything in these pages. He can't die. It says it on the back cover. Okay, I'm done. Like that's why Superman's.
Well, he can die.
Yeah, I know he actually can, but they just
kryptonite.
That one stupid thing that's so dumb. Like that's so dumb.
But that's the Achilles heel, right?
But like, that makes it so that every single story that has stakes is the same thing.
Okay, can I just say though, it's weird that people get on that about Superman. But then they don't mind that Batman never kills the Joker. That's his Achilles heel. Batman will never do anything against the Joker that actually stops him.
People have always been more sympathetic to psychological. Batman's Achilles heel is a psychological one. He cannot get over that psychological hurdle to kill another human being, which is a more interesting, to me and to clearly most people, it's a more interesting dynamic.
But it's not.
I just can't be close to a rock. That's there's nothing there that's an interesting dynamic. That's just I need to stay away from those rocks.
It isn't, though, because
Batman is like he's actually got a psychological problem that he needs to overcome.
But this is how he's a pussy, because the Joker...
I'll say he's not a pussy.
The Joker is not just a kind of weird, or he's not even a psychopath. He's a well-armed, well-supplied psychopath. Who blows up cities and just is utterly remorseless, and Batman never... So he's actually a moral coward that he cannot bring himself to kill this person?
I would agree, yeah. I think that's also...
Robin is better, Nightwing.
Yeah.
Nightwing fucking kills people.
Yeah, he is.
Good for him. Sometimes people need to die.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And the thing is, people go, oh, the stakes... Batman is never going to kill Joker ever. He's never going to do that.
He's killed some people. You're not going to kill Joker, but it's watching him struggle with it every time.
Struggle, and then at the end. So it's just a...
Okay, well, look, we know every superhero is not going to break the status quo, right? But it's just which struggle you want to watch.
But at some point,
I know Superman's never going to die from kryptonite either.
Okay,
but I'd rather watch Batman.
At some point they should, though. At some point they should.
Well, and
they
to be
have
fair,
thousands of reincarnations.
Both of these characters have done those things. Superman has died, and Batman has killed.
Who has he killed?
The Joker died.
By his hand?
I believe so. Because he comes back in Batman Beyond.
I don't think so.
Yeah, there's a famous scene in... Yeah, there's a flashback in Batman Beyond where Batman fucking... I think it's Batman, he shoots the Joker. He kills him. He kills the Joker. It's a very famous scene. It's the death of the Joker.
And the famous scene in comic books?
No, it's the cartoon, Batman Beyond. Which
I've never seen Batman Beyond.
Oh, really? It's really good, actually.
Yeah.
They've been talking about making it a movie.
I heard it was.
Batman Beyond? No.
Yeah,
You're thinking of Batman Forever.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Which was a fantastic Sega Genesis game.
Was
By
it?
fantastic, I mean actually really terrible, but had, everything that wasn't the game part was really good. Like the music and the graphics. You going outside?
No, I'm getting this fan to actually give me some cold air.
Yeah, right? That fan is majorly teasing. I just got a text from someone saying that the Pokemon World Championships are happening right now in this city. How excited are you?
Pokemon. I gotta say, it's not really my cup of tea.
Yeah, no, it's I used to be obsessed with Pokemon.
Oh, so yeah, actually, I did too.
Red and Blue, and even Gold. Played those games shit.
I never had the video game. I just watched the TV show.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
I had the trading cards.
No, I did actually play the video game, the originals, and then stopped playing them until my friends on I can't remember what birthday, they got me a DS and Pokemon Black, so they were all going to play it, and I was like, these games are this game is absolute shit. Holy shit, it is grinding the video game.
Yeah.
And I demand more of my games these days, I guess.
Well, where do you think games are going to go?
I think games are going to go shit. I think they're going to... they've already started. Games have always been a multi-pronged beast. They're so... unlike movies... movies and books, obviously, there's different kinds. A game can be so many different things. There's pure games. There's pure arcade mechanic games, that just... they're just completely abstract, and it's just get points, like Pac-Man or something. There's games like that, and there's games today that still come out like that.
Right.
I can't think of anything, but there's Dark Souls is one. Yes,
Okay.
there's a setting, but the point is
Yeah, you're just killing
gameplay.
monsters and getting points and stuff.
And that's kind of the more traditional type of game, and I think that's what most people think of when you say video game. You're thinking of mastering a system of mechanics and like that is the point of the game. I think there's been this awkward transition period to another type of game, and not to it in the fact that the other kind's going away, but there's just this new type of game, and people are hesitant to call them games because they're different. They don't, like, mechanics are not the point necessarily. Like, mechanics are just, and like I'm talking about games like Heavy Rain or Proteus.
Okay, yeah.
Where it's just like the point is to experience either
They're almost movies.
exploration, character development, like things like this. Yeah, and people always do this, like they're almost movies. But I hate that. It's people say that when they don't understand like why they're games. Like they're not movies, and they wouldn't work as movies. Like,
well, yeah,
they still are.
No,
what they are.
What I would say is that sometimes there's a lot of times where games are trying to be movies.
Yeah, in certain ways.
I would say, okay, maybe not so much with Heavy Rain because.
No, I mean David Cage has said like, yeah. I mean he's a pretty pretentious motherfucker. I mean, instead of start game or new game, it says start movie. He's pretty dumb.
Is that in Heavy Rain?
It was at least in Indigo Prophecy, his game before that. I don't know if he actually did that in Heavy Rain, but he did do that in Indigo Prophecy, and I was like, dude, you're an idiot. Like, I love your games, but this is really dumb.
Well, see, that's the thing where it's like, there's a certain point, like, I remember playing Heavy Rain, and it's a good experience. It's not a good game, because, I'll tell you why. Because it's one of those things where, because you're the agent, if you fuck up, you ruin the movie almost.
Yeah, that is one of the problems.
There's a time, like, so in the beginning of the game, you start off as that architect guy.
Yeah.
And you go about your day, you wake up, and like go have a shower and stuff like that. And then your wife comes home with the kids, and she's like, "Can you grab the groceries?" And the instructions to grab, I just couldn't quite see. It was very dark. And my character just kept on putting his arms out like this, like fucking, I don't know, like doing like a wrestling thing, like
he's trying to grapple the groceries.
He was just gyrating, like oh, and then she'd like drop the groceries, and I was like, oh, so not only did I look like in a movie, like I could see in a movie you kind of slip, but in the game I was just going, and it's like also in there's certain times where like. Yeah, it was just
grapple my groceries next time.
Yeah, and you know, like I remember I put the plates down too hard and like smashed a plate. Yeah, like how hard do you put down a plate? Like it's just.
I mean, yeah. To make these kind of games good, you need to communicate the mechanics you have super clearly, so that shit like that doesn't happen. I mean, like the Walking Dead games, I think, are one of the best ones because like they do a very good job of communicating what you're doing. So you have very few of those situations where like, well, this is dumb now because I screwed up everything because I couldn't read something or
right.
Actually, like the main game, one of the main gameplay mechanics is we're going to throw things at you really fast, and like the point is you're not going to be able to read this whole sentence.
Well, I did like the dialogue going around your head when you're making a decision cool. or something like that.
But I mean, like people who complain, like yes, he is trying to make movies and whatever. He doesn't, which is weird. Like he doesn't make a movie. He makes a very interactive experience. It's not interactive in the way that Dark Souls is. It's more they're not movies because like you are influencing what's happening, and you are like there's just a difference in the way you connect with the characters when you are playing them. Like there is like that is an undeniably video game thing where you like connect with the actual character, you connect with the other characters, like you feel a much more personal connection. And every game that I've ever played, just they give you that they give you opportunities where the story stops and you can do things like there's nothing really pressing happening and you can just explore and find detail in the world, right? Like you can go talk to characters, learn more about them, just do all this optional shit that just adds texture to the world, which is not something the movies do.
That's good in some ways, but in a lot of ways it's kind of like like I mean, let's say something like Skyrim, where you have that main quest, dragons are coming back, and then you spend 47 hours collecting potatoes. Do you know what I mean? Like that's a kind of cool.
Dragons are going to destroy the fields, man.
I guess, but there's a certain point where, like, well, first of all, I'd also like to say that Skyrim was really, really bad for, and the Elder Scrolls, okay, not Morrowind, but Oblivion kind of and definitely Skyrim, but making a bad main quest, because all Alduin does is he destroys one village.
Yeah, I kind of really hated it.
He destroyed one village, and then you kill him. And then even in the boss fight, I put it up to legendary to make it exciting.
Skyrim was really easy.
Yeah, there's 3 other dudes who don't die, who have shouts and like blah blah blah. Like, come on.
There was cool part. Yeah, there was cool parts in the quest, but I soured on it pretty quick.
Going to Sovngarde was fucking cool.
Yeah, like that. That was
that
cool.
was really. And then if you did if you did the different quests, you could see people in.
Yeah, see, I did the main quest first. Like, I didn't do.
I did that the first time,
so.
and then the second time you go back, you can see people like Kodlak.
Oh, can you go back to Sovngarde somehow? Oh, right, you go back to the portal, right?
No. You can never go back. But like, I played a different character, and I didn't do the main. I did the main quest last, pretty much.
Like, I don't know how I feel about that problem of like your character does something that's so incongruous with what's going on, because sometimes it does really bother me. Like, I was just playing The Last of Us, and like. You know, there's some things you can do that are like that game is a constant. It's pressing constant weights on you. Like, there's so much pressure. It's so bleak all the time. Like, it would be foolhardy for your character to do anything other than the objective.
Right.
But it's a video game. There's shit to collect. There's shit to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do things that are like, well, this is kind of dumb. And in a game where, like, that game, like, clearly the focus is your investment in the characters in the world, and it almost makes me not. Well, like, I'm an explorer, not like I love exploring every nook and cranny, but there's sometimes I'm just like fuck it. I'm supposed to get out of this place, and I really feel like I need to.
Yeah, because otherwise there's just too much kind of distracting you or constantly
like
reminding you. Yeah.
He said, "Let's go," and fuck, I really want to go actually, because god damn it, this place is shitty.
Yeah.
Like. So there are some times like that where I'm like, yeah, you know, these two things, there's that disconnect between what's being said and what I'm being allowed to do. But other times, like, and I think most of the time, I'm not sure if this is even the opinion I even want to have, I'm just like fuck it, it's a video game, like, ignore it. Like, that is the price you pay to play a video game. Like in Skyrim, like, and like Zelda's really bad at that too. Like, yeah, like, you need to fucking save the world, like, shit's gonna die, but like, no, I'm gonna go, like, become the greatest thief that there ever was. Like,
right.
At some point, I'm just like, oh, like, I guess we just have to ignore it, because, like, yeah, and you also, like, Skyrim's really bad for, well, and like all the Elder Scrolls are really bad for this. But like, you go talk to people, they tell you their problem, their pressing issue
immediately. You
get your quest, and then you just like don't touch it for days.
Oh yeah, that's
like, yeah. I'm just doing this just to get the quests. My quest log never fills up,
right?
And it's like all the shit. Like I booted up Skyrim a while ago because I play on the PS3, so the DLC came out fairly recently, so I haven't really touched it in between there. I just opened up my quest log, and there's like this quest at the very bottom that was like, go to Riften and like meet this person who's awaiting you, and it's like, man, you've been waiting for me for this is so weird that like
yeah, for like 7 years.
No, and yeah, you look at like the in-game time, it's literally been like months and months that I said I would meet you here, and like I've been through this. You've probably seen me walking through the city,
yeah, exactly,
so many times. Like it's that stuff's weird, but it's like I don't. Maybe it's just because I'm a game designer. I cannot imagine a way that you would make that work, and I'm not sure if the payoff of like if you did make a way that made that all make sense. Like, man, would it even be worth it? Like, it doesn't. I guess so. It doesn't really bother me all that much. There's that suspension of disbelief, and there's a lot of games where I justify it as like, these are all representations of what really happened, right? Like,
yeah, okay, you know what? There's just I'd say the only really way you could do it is if you made the main quest like the first only quest, and then afterwards you can do
right. Yeah.
But which I don't know how that work. But then
I think that would go against everything Skyrim wants to do.
Yeah,
like, you do whatever you want.
But specifically with Skyrim, because I think they did it well in Oblivion, but and Morrowind. But in Skyrim, there's the feeling that like Alduin is out there in the sky somewhere, but you can never really feel that. Like, I think
they did that in Oblivion too. I can't remember. Because in all those games, there's the constant threat that you can see all the time. Like Oblivion had the gates.
Yeah, but
Skyrim had the dragons, and I guess Morrowind had the blight, I guess, or something like that. But
no, because that one is all about the sixth house and stuff like that.
But like in Oblivion, they definitely had that problem too, where if you put off the main quest, you're seeing these things, but they're like you said, how Alduin only destroys one town.
You have to,
nothing ever happens.
You have to go.
There's these Oblivion gates everywhere, but they're never actually destroying anything. You can leave them forever, and they'll never do anything. Like,
you have to go fairly further into the story
in Oblivion.
In Oblivion,
Yeah,
before
that is true.
Before they start randomly generating.
Sure, but
Whereas it's like basically the first real quest starts generating
you have
dragons.
to do a little ways into the Skyrim quest, so they start
Not
generating.
really. You go to Whiterun.
It's once you kill the first dragon.
You go to Whiterun and then they start generating. Yeah,
which is less than
pretty much
Oblivion first quest for sure. But
Yeah.
I mean, still, you can stop the Oblivion main quest once the Oblivion gates are open. And just
I'm just
around,
saying
and it's still weird.
it seems kind of more natural in Oblivion. I don't know why.
So I agree with both games what you're talking about, but I found it a bit more natural in Skyrim just because you could kill a dragon fairly easily. You could reasonably expect that a well-equipped town could take that. Like dragons weren't like this unstoppable. Like
Right.
you're led to believe
Okay.
that like Oblivion is this unstoppable army.
Right, yeah. It
Whereas,
did annihilate
A
an
single
entire
dragon,
city. And
a town could probably destroy a dragon. Like they're not these unstoppable beasts. Whereas I'm walking by like this tiny town and there's an Oblivion gate literally like 65 feet away. And I'm like, you're
Yeah.
fucked.
Yeah.
See ya. Like
Yeah,
I'm
like
not going in there
like
because
a
it sucks
villager
to
walking.
close down Oblivion gates. It's not fun.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Whereas killing dragons is fun. So also it's like
That
there's
is true.
dragons everywhere, but I'm also killing them all. Cause
Yeah, that's true. Because the Oblivion gates, you have to go
holy
in.
shit, and
There's
they're not
three
really hard.
Yeah, they're really hard. There's like 3 subsets.
Oh, man,
Although
they're huge too. They take like an hour to get through.
no, dude. Once you figure out how to actually do them, you can just run. You don't have to talk. You don't have to get scamps. You don't have to get those
I guess
fucking Dremor.
I guess you don't have to fight anything in Oblivion, but
No, you could. I could get it down to a fucking science at one point. You could just run. You just run left, right. Blah blah blah.
like, you
It
just
was almost
visually know which map it was.
yeah, because it would start like there's one if it starts off with a dead horse, and then like okay, I know this map,
That's sweet.
and then you go left, and then there's a
I really
cave.
wish Oblivion was cooler, like the inside of Oblivion, because it's such a cool concept. And my
It
favorite,
is.
like Skyrim, actually had some really cool Oblivions. Like, you played Dragonborn, right? The Apocrypha
Oh, yeah,
is
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it
Apocrypha's
was really cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
And there's a couple other really cool ones in Skyrim. There were some cool ones in Oblivion too,
Mm-hmm.
but like the main one just should have been cool for a game called Oblivion. I thought it was going to be so awesome.
Yeah.
'Cause the concept of Oblivion is so cool, and then it picks the worst plane of Oblivion.
Oblivion is a flawed masterpiece. Like
I love that game. It's probably my favorite Elder Scrolls, just because like I don't know,
Really?
I spent the most time in it. Like I understand. Like,
Morrowind,
everyone,
man.
everyone loves Morrowind. I totally understand that. Like Morrowind was my first 2, but for some reason, like I never got into Morrowind. I think I was too young when it came out, and it was just way too
Yeah.
above me.
you
Like,
know,
I
you
was
know
just
how
like, fuck this
Morrowind.
game.
You know how you rank Ocarina of Time is like
More
even
fun.
even if they're maybe better games, it's hard to dethrone it.
Yeah.
That's kind of with me with Morrowind. It's like it's one of those games I just played at the right time,
Yeah.
and just endless hours of that game I just played, and I must have made about 400 different characters and different
Holy
subsets,
shit.
and just constantly fiddled around with it, I still play it to this day. I still play it.
Yeah,
now.
I would love. I've actually been thinking about this, and like I loved Oblivion, played it a bunch, but I didn't really like. I took a huge break between Oblivion and Skyrim, and like after I beat Skyrim, I was like, I really like these games. Like I really love this world. I really wanted to go back and play Morrowind, just like now, because I was too young.
You can get it on
Morrowind.
Steam.
Like I was just like, I don't understand this game. Like
Yeah.
the most complicated game I played up to that point was Zelda, and I was like, there's menus. What the fuck? What is an RPG? How do I do?
Right.
So I really want to play it again now that I've like played a ton of games that are probably more complicated than Morrowind, and like just see if it like I'm sure it does still hold up, because the things I like about those games, the mechanics could kind of be whatever. Like I'm sure that game's still great.
Oh yeah, it's definitely.
I'd still like to play it. Although I have a thing where like I know there's a ton of good mods for that game where you can make it look like it's not splitting your eyeballs in half.
Yeah,
But I do have a thing where I'm like, I kind of want to play the game as it was intended to be played.
Yeah,
so because if you're playing it with a bunch of mods that make it look pretty, you're not really playing Morrowind anymore.
Yeah, and the thing I tried
actually,
doing that, the Morrowind Revisited or something. No, it's
like
not,
I would do
it's
that
not
if I've
that.
already beaten a game. But
Yeah, I tried to do it. It's a lot of technical shit that
sure.
you can't really mess around with, like, and if you do, it like breaks the game and like blah blah. So I tried it for a little bit, and I was like, and there's some quests that don't quite work out. And it's like, so
I definitely should get it on Steam. It's probably really cheap, even just the complete version. Although,
Yeah.
playing Dragonborn again and like going to Solstheim, I was reminded the part I didn't like about Morrowind was like everyone really likes the environment in Morrowind, and it was cool, but there's a lot of dust.
I love
the
that
lower part of Solstheim, where it's all just like just the gray ashlands. I'm like,
Yeah.
I remember this. This
That's
actually
fucking
sucks.
awesome. And the fears or whatever, fire
It's awesome in a book, but running through it is not like
so good.
Oblivion is my favorite.
No, Oblivion,
visually my favorite.
Oblivion is just it's
It had
all
this super
same.
bloomy,
It's like the same.
saturated fantasy look that I loved. Like it just had this really and the internet hates light bloom, so Bethesda will never do it like that again. And I hate that they listen to the internet so much.
What's Light Bloom?
Light bloom is like, you know how like Oblivion had that like everything glowed really brightly.
Okay.
Like you looked
Right.
at the horizon line, there's like this big glow line, like everything just glowed. It was
Okay.
super bright, saturated.
I thought that worked for Oblivion.
Oh yeah, no,
that was
it
really.
had this, it had this
doesn't
like,
work
that,
for
like,
Skyrim because it's a
no.
northern.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I understand, like Skyrim's got this muted, like, you know. One of the things I didn't like about Skyrim is it was very, like, I don't want to use the word realistic because that's wrong, but it was very, like, I don't know, it was less fantastical. Like, Oblivion was so fantasy. Like, there's minotaurs, ogres, there's just so much fantasy shit. He was, like, you know, in an enchanted woodland.
Yeah.
Where Skyrim was so, like, bleak and real and gritty. Like,
Yeah,
there's
where
not
did
a lot of
scamps
fantasy.
go?
Yeah, there's
Where
a
did
lot
the
of fantasy in
scamps?
Skyrim.
I miss scamps.
All the creatures were kind of realistic. Like,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
it was still, like, I love that game still, but, like, it was just...
Yeah,
One of the things I
where
loved
the
about
minotaurs?
Oblivion
Where's
was
the
how-
unicorns?
Yeah, it
like
was how fantasy it was.
my favorite thing about Oblivion was when you would discover the unicorn in that field.
I didn't know you could discover a unicorn.
Really?
In Oblivion. No.
Did you not do all the Danger quests?
No, I didn't do all the danger.
Oh.
I never got. So leveling in that game is fucked.
Yes.
And I'll be honest, it's one of the parts of that game I absolutely hate. I couldn't really figure out how to level. Like, well, I knew how, but like, it was a chore because you had to level up your major skills or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And, like, one of my major skills was something I made a character before I knew how the system worked, right?
Oh,
So like,
okay.
I'm like, well, fuck, like I hate doing this thing. Like, I'm not a person that does this.
Was it acrobatics?
So it was like, well, no, because that you always level up really
Yeah.
easily. It was I one of them was definitely blocking, and I like remember.
Was it mysticism?
Like I didn't use shields. I can't
Oh.
remember what I used, but so I had to go into this cave and had my PS3 controller. I used a book to wedge the L1 button against the wall, so the L block. I sat in the corner and I had an orc chase me, and he was just hitting my shield, just going up, and it took like an hour still.
Right.
So I never leveled up because the one thing that sucked with the Daedric quests in Oblivion is you needed to be a certain level.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
you need to be level 22, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm level 12. Like, I've beaten the game, I've done every other thing. I'm like, fucking level 12.
Right.
I am not leveling up to level 22 to do this. Oh, fuck you.
Wow.
So no, I never did beat all the Daedric
Oh,
quests, 'cause
okay.
fuck that.
Okay. Yeah. Because the one for her scene, you have to kill a unicorn.
Oh, damn it.
You can find it without it though. It's in a glade, protected by minotaurs.
Okay, yeah.
You probably stumbled across it. It's actually the worst thing because it's actually never you can ride it, but it doesn't tether.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So you'll like go out into a cave, come out, and it's like
Every time.
4 hours. It's like what the hell is it doing over there? But it's I think it does have the highest attack damage, so that's good.
Is it invincible? Like Shadowbane?
It's really hard, but
Shadowbane? Is it what's called? No, that.
Shadowmere.
Shadowmere
can die.
is the wine. Shadow Banish is the wine.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, when it grants you night vision. Like, that'd be a good wine. Just see in the dark.
I probably wouldn't like it, actually. I'd probably start freaking out.
Well, the
If it was
first
like
time.
Oblivion
The
night
first
vision, if
time.
It was like that blue.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, that would be weird.
When does this go
Which
away?
is not actually night vision at all. It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oblivion had a lot. Well, I'm like Morrowind too, obviously. Like, had so many more spell abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So much more shit you could do. Like Skyrim was, like people like I liked it at first. It was more simpler because a lot of that shit I
At a
didn't
certain
like.
point,
but then once I kind of didn't. I realized I wanted
it's
it more.
just
so it was
fire,
different.
lightning,
Yeah, I
ice.
feel like they went too far.
Didn't
in that
like-
direction. Like,
Yeah,
I
Todd
think we needed
Howard.
some simplification, but I was like, oh Jesus! Like
Todd Howard has
there's no
a.
strength, there's no intelligence, there's no.
Yeah, I hated that, man.
I like the willpower.
Because it's like-
like
Because one of the things I tried to do, I always like to make from Morrowind on, and in a lot of RPGs, I always like to make a monk character, like a D&D monk, where it's like an Eastern monk, like kind of a Shaolin monk kind of thing. So it's a lot of unarmed or maybe simple weapons, like a staff or a club. There's no there's one item in Skyrim which grants unarmed.
I was just going to
damage?
say, is there even an unarmed
Yeah, there's one-
skill? Or is there
the
a
gloves-
trait, though? Is there like a
No.
constellation for unarmed?
There's one thing in heavy armor that is like your fists do the amount of damage of their armor rating.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's the only reason you can.
But yeah, there's no really viable way to unarm that.
It's
game,
fucking okay. So I was a Khajiit monk.
Yeah.
And actually, for the first 10, 15 levels, I destroyed. Because you have extra damage with the Khajiit.
Oh, really?
Like the claws. So you have extra damage there. And then with the armor rating stuff, I've got that like pretty much right away, kind of thing, as soon as I could. And then, yeah, there's a certain point where I really... Although there were certain opponents that could really fuck me up, like Dwarven Centurions and stuff like that. But, yeah, and then when I got to about level 30, pretty much everything kills me now. Because the thing is like, I can do decent damage, but when I get hit, I just get destroyed.
You're not wearing armor?
Well, I can't go because, well, it doesn't really fit with a monk.
Okay, so you're doing. Like,
so I'm trying to do role playing, but
but
the thing to me is that
so your armor's not really buffing because all the robes like they buff like destruction and stuff like that, so it's not doing anything.
So the thing is like what I could do in Oblivion,
Skyrim.
In Oblivion and in Morrowind, I can make extra speed on it.
Yeah,
on my armor,
well, or you can also pick your enchantments, right? Like craft your enchantments.
Yeah, or with when they had acrobatics back in the day, I could actually literally roll away.
I totally forgot they don't have acrobatics anymore.
Yeah, I could roll away from a danger. Yeah, which that would be great. Like some big giant orc with a two-handed charges me, I just roll back and then, you know, it's so good. But no, it's just awful now.
You need to take some of the skills they had in Daggerfall.
Why do they hate spears? Like, why does Todd Howard hate spears?
Yeah, they did take way too much out in Skyrim. Like I do think overall it was a good step forward, but like they need to reel it in a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, there's some stuff in Daggerfall that you take back in, like wall climbing. For infiltration and levitation.
Fucking awesome. Levitation.
Like, I had that more too. Like I understand why, because like the game worlds are too complicated now. Like it was a bit of a simple time back in the day that you could rip around.
I guess, but
because if you go like above a certain height and it's pretty low, like you're gonna see shit you shouldn't see.
Right. I guess.
So it does kind of make sense, but it's like there should be a way to make it work.
Dude, it was so great in Morrowind when you get like you'd fortify acrobatics 2000, and you just leap over the fucking island like the Hulk.
Yeah, it was so incredible. Morrowind was.
All right, so I think we've covered. I don't know if we covered anything.
We've covered everything.
Yeah.
In fact, this is the last podcast.
Yeah, this is the first and last, and really the only podcast you ever need. And
I've reached the top of Treasure Trove Cove.
So that's pretty much the end that you need.
That's actually the end of the world. It's right there.
Yeah, all the delicious blue.
Who knew? It's a hexagon. Video games.
Yeah. So, if you've managed to endure this barrage of horseshit and enjoyed it, then thank you for doing that. This is the kind of first one I'd say, so probably a little bit more focused maybe in the future, or I don't know.
I'd like to think so.
Like, I mean, this is our first time, so it's going to be really weird, and you know, and also we're in my living room in my house, you know.
Shit, don't jump off
with people coming in and out, and you know, ordering pizza and so on.
It was a busy crossroads today.
Yeah, so you know. So yeah, so I think this is where we're gonna sign off, and hope you enjoyed, and see you later.
Alligator.
He's on fire! Welcome to NBA Jam. Here's the tip. Here comes the boom! Whoa! Boom shakalaka! And this game is underway. We have liftoff. Kaboom! Tonight's boss battle. I do believe in dunks. I do believe in dunks. I do believe in dunks. He's warming up. Stuffed like a Thanksgiving turkey. You better buckle your seatbelt. I love it. You bring the peanut butter, and I'll bring the jam. Incoming. Here comes the hammer. Jams it in. Look out! Amazing!
For a pilot, you could say.
Yeah. This is
All
the
right.
very first one. Welcome to the podcast. Playing a little NBA Jam. Here with Garen Fallman.
99, not Genesis.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's the N64 99. This time I'm going to let you choose. Oh, this is the Grizzlies.
Yeah, we should play NBA 2000, which is also on.
It's not. It's going to be the same thing though.
Maybe they'll have more fingers.
You know what? Yeah, more fingers, and they might have the technology to move the fucking player closest to the ball when you auto select. So yeah, okay,
Fantastic.
yeah, that would be a sweet feature.
I like back in these days when those were features. Like you knew what features were going to come next.
Yeah. Fuck. Well, see, the thing is, that wasn't even NBA Jam. It was NBA Live 99.
Well, that's why.
Yeah.
But no, it said NBA Jam on the
Did it?
on the actual game screen. It said NBA Jam.
Oh, that's
This ROM is full of lies, though.
it is.
You're gonna need they need more blocks to render those fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
It has not changed. The voice actor has not changed.
They don't do that anymore, I don't think. Do they?
EA Sports, yeah.
No, they
In-
I
it's
haven't
in the
played
game?
one since like 2004.
Yeah, they still do that, for sure.
Oh!
It's exactly the same. No fucking
No,
fingers.
man, that's pretty beautiful.
Wait, can I want to see if there's fingers on his hands.
They've got no fingers. Way better soundtrack, though.
I don't know if it's better. Yeah, no, there's no fingers. I'm gonna get a lighter. Oh, wait, I'm right there.
John Torque making a return appearance.
Yeah.
NBA Jam 2000.
I'm going
Couldn't
to...
find any work after Vigilante 8. Tried his hand at basketball.
I'm gonna grab a beer. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Do you want to grab me another one, too?
Yeah.
So we've been playing terrible N64 games, ruining our childhoods.
Yeah.
Vigilante 8,
Yeah, Vigilante 8,
something else I forget.
which is a weird kind of genre of the 90s where it's like car destroying games with everyone has a weapon. They don't really have that anymore.
They did clarify that the weapons are bees.
Oh, yeah. So in Vigilante 8, there's this one character called what was his name?
Beeswax. Beeswax was his
Beeswax
name.
with a Z. Beeswax.
Yeah.
And he was in a like a Winnebago, and his special powers really shot bees. And that's when Garen.
Every car's weakness.
That's when Garen revealed that he believes that there's a stereotype that I had never heard of that Latinos keep bees.
I can't verify. I can't verify I said this.
No, dude, you definitely said that. Oh, is that guy Latino? I was like, what does that mean? It's like, don't they keep bees? I've never heard that. That's the thing. It's okay that you're racist. I mean, we'll still be friends.
Just trying to get into the spirit of Vigilante 8.
Racism?
Well, look at it. You see that game?
Yeah, okay.
Johnny Torque.
Well, actually, it's just John Torque. Thank you.
Is it John Torque?
It's not Johnny. It's John Torque.
And Boogie?
Yeah, Boogie's a white guy though.
Boogie defied his stereotype, which I thought was a bold move for
Yeah.
1998.
Oh, definitely. Okay, so.
Oh, I guess we're live, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
The
flip around
Wings?
here.
Oh, the Kings.
Kings.
Alright, the Kings. It's expecting you to know about basketball already.
Are you changing this? I selected. Okay. Stop selecting things.
Oh, up and down is change team,
Yeah.
and left and right is the player. So I'll pick my guy and you can pick your guy.
Okay.
The Jazz again. The Yaz. What is that's a crazy symbol. Who? Oh, custom team A. Why do they get a jackhammer symbol?
I don't know. And that's what animal is that?
Like in a
some sort
bush
of-
baby?
Yeah.
Can we please be the jackhammer and the bush
It's the
baby?
Los Angeles Jackhammers versus the New Orleans Bush Babies.
Holy shit, that's awesome. And this the snail with a basketball for a shell? That's genius.
Wow. Why would you want to have and there's a mad chef, a guy with a psychotic look in his face with a spoon and a fork.
So, I need you to come up with some custom logos for our basketball game. What do you got? Well, I got this leftover chef, a snail, a bush baby, and a jackhammer. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Those will work.
Sounds good. They'll love it. They'll love it.
The only one that has anything to do with basketball is the snail.
The snail actually. No, I don't know why you would choose this. Okay, as a logo it works because the basketball serves as a shell. But why would you want to be a slow snail? That's my problem.
Yeah, it's not a proud team name. Like,
Like this-
if your university was like, you know, the UBC Snails. Like,
Yeah.
wow, yeah, it really sounds like coming out,
like the
coming out in
UBC slugs
front.
or something.
I still, like, I'm not confident that this is a bush baby. I need to get a closer look.
It's some.
Oh, well, fuck, no, I don't want to make it
What are you
too.
doing? What have you done?
I was hoping I could get a better look at what that creature is.
Oh, I see.
Alright, so not being that, it would be, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Hornets, the Charlotte Hornets.
Might
I
be,
don't believe in existence.
Beeswax's team, since this is John Torque's game. Well, you know, let's...
Please take longer to choose a fucking team.
I want you to know that I've never seen, like, any basketball team logos in my life, so this is just all... I'm gonna take this opportunity to look at them. What did I just do? I hit right on the C-stick and ruined your life. Okay, I'm gonna be the Hornets, because that sounds like a pretty dangerous animal to have on a basketball court.
Okay. No, allow me to choose my fucking team. Thank you.
Do you want to be the Magic?
No, I don't. Oh, what have you done? Okay.
Louder.
Sonics. Alright, there we go.
It's not a team anymore, is it?
Sorry?
It's not a team anymore, is it?
No, it isn't. So, I'm Sonics. There we go.
When the Grizzlies stop being a team?
I'm gonna say like 02, 03. Something like that. Now they're the Memphis Grizzlies.
Wait, really?
Yep. Actually, they're much better than when they're in Vancouver. As far as I'm not a huge basketball fan, but yeah, as far as I vaguely remember.
I'm not a basketball fan, I'm just a Purvis fan. Are we, how does this, there we go, start.
Hi, everybody. I'm Don.
Not ready.
They have reflection on the court now.
Oh wow.
That is something new. Better portraits. Better portraits
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
can actually see faces.
I don't know what any of this means. San Francisco 13 Phyllis.
What?
Parental guidance 4 Wesley.
Point guard.
What am I picking?
I don't know. Just press.
Oh, a player
Yeah, you're
walkthrough.
choosing what player you're gonna be.
Oh, I see.
And then that's where you're like it's always gonna kind of start. I think.
Already, this game, breaking innovative boundaries.
There we go.
Yeah, come on, this is leads ahead. You see that wrinkle on the back of his head?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh, home game. Yeah, what the hell? What?
Yes! Yes! Okay.
Well, this court's so much bigger.
So in this, because I've locked it, I can only be this character. Okay, that makes sense. Yes. It'd be nice if Peyton could fucking pass.
Are the controls all different?
No, he's just...
So you don't control Baker?
No.
Really?
I don't think.
Yeah, dude, like, you took too long. So B's not passing it. Oh, yeah, it is. Wait, what? Yeah, I'm not controlling this guy at all. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, we fucked up.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Okay.
Play options?
Yeah, not use.
Set options or user setup?
Okay.
Yeah, alright. That's good. Sorry.
Okay, so.
Oh, I didn't even notice you lit that. I said I didn't even notice you lit that.
That's right.
Think because you have a basketball ring now, you can
That's right.
have a win under your belt?
Why are you destroying everything in this house? What are you doing? Oh, okay, you said play. That's okay. I can accept that. Okay, so I'm trying. It's just to hit B.
Yeah, but because we've locked our characters.
Okay.
Oh wait, I'm gonna look at the rest of these controls. Turbo, steal, double team. That sounds awful. This game's urban.
Don't say the word urban.
It's got the
To
records.
mean black. You mean black.
The record scratch for.
Yeah.
No. Urban is it's a 90s thing.
Everyone,
it's a 90s
it's
thing.
a 90s term by white people to say black.
No, it's just
Oh,
90s
urban
culture, man.
culture. No, it's fucking
You
black.
don't understand.
It's black communities.
You don't think white people can go?
Of course they can. But when people say urban, we all know what you mean.
You didn't hear that word in the country. Webster doesn't have.
Okay, I'm gonna.
We're gonna have to restart this, I think.
Okay, I set it to default, so.
I don't think that just erases our locked characters.
No,
And because I'm not controlling Phil's, I can confirm it does not. Phil's, you're on a shot clock. Phil's, you are on a shot clock.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Is that these players are actually bad.
Yeah, they're terrible.
It'd be one thing if the computer just like let them do their thing.
Except
but
that we
they're
did just score.
Okay, Peyton the last time was there for. Look, what is he doing?
Are you not Peyton?
No,
Who's your guy?
you're
Grant.
Grant.
It's a mistake.
Yeah.
He was the worst president.
Yeah, he wasn't a great president. I'm fucking open. Throw to me, you dumb motherfucker.
This is awful. It's so slow. Man, we should restart this game and not lock characters. I'm gonna do it. I'm winning. I'm gonna do this.
That's noble of you.
Hey, Brett.
Just restart the game.
Well, I'm not sure if restart will skip past that screen.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. If it does, we'll just quit.
Hey, Brett.
Hi, everybody. I'm Don.
Well, fuck.
No. Let's see. It's the next screen, I think.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
so
right. How do we not do this?
Not player lock.
It,
Hit, yeah, and then press start.
There we go.
Okay.
There you go.
So that's
how it's done.
That's a feature.
Bad feature. I don't like. 2000 was a dark year.
Yeah, man.
Oh, what's?
You have sweet glasses. Oh!
I'm not sure if there's supposed to be a ref there, and there's the ROM is not.
Wow, I went for a fucking throw.
Yeah, you did. What's that C up? Is it for me or for you? Fucking
Yes! Blocked!
This truly needs to be a video.
I'm an animal!
Only you could see the injustice that just occurred. That was so unjust.
He was trying to throw the ball, and
It's such a foul play, the game can't even render it properly. It's going at 2 frames a second. Playing this replay. This satanic ritual.
so bad. Yeah, it would not let him throw. I just kept on blocking it, and then I
What
just
the fuck?
throw.
Do you see this? I'm tapping the button as hard as I can.
Stop wasting our time. Throw the ball.
Wesley takes the shot. The Campbell
There's something wrong with this game.
takes the feed.
Yeah, you.
The Campbell.
That's awful.
Wesley gets the ball.
Is A? What the fuck? Is A not shoot anymore?
No. Have you not realized that?
What happened? Why would they change the controls between 99 and 2000?
Because they're not the same game. They're by different companies.
This is not Iguana? No wonder it sucks.
Oh, whoa.
Man, at least Iguana made the original NBA Jam.
Okay, so play options. Configure controller. It's B.
I thought I saw A. No, it's rebound. Shoot. Yeah, alright. Cool, they switched A and B.
Yeah,
What's the point of that? What is the point of switching A and B?
It's for difference and fun. The fuck are you doing?
I'm rapping? Is that what it is?
Oh, I see. Is that the term? Rapping?
I'm a rapist?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna shoot now because I know how to do it.
Wow, I did not. I still am confusing. How is that not out of bounds?
Yeah, what the fuck?
This game is
so loose. Yeah.
Wow.
It's faster. It's looser. Yeah, I hate that they reverse the face buttons. Oh!
Off the mark. Rebound.
He can't do it!
Gets the rebound.
Here comes Jones! Oh!
Puts up the shot.
Come on, Jones! Dr. Jones!
Wesley, he puts up the
Oh,
Fuck that.
oh, with a mighty three-pointer to tie it.
Berry with the shot. He misses the J. Rebound. Patterson. No good. Campbell gets the ball.
Oh, here comes!
The fake. Takes the
Son.
Off the mark.
Come on.
Gets the rebound.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Barry's going for it. It's gonna...
Baker takes the shot.
What a shot, though, but it doesn't go in.
Yeah, it was quite impressive.
Jones takes the shot.
Yeah!
Rebound, you dumb motherfuckers.
This game's way faster. It's way better than 99.
Oh, suddenly now it's the greatest game ever.
Well,
Before you hated it.
I hate it when they switch the controls on me.
Patterson puts up the tray.
They
Not there.
Give me a fucking 3 points once.
think they can do a one-over on me.
Takes the shot. Yes. Grant.
Who? I don't know what all these C buttons are everywhere. But they're really blocking my view.
Baker.
Nice. There we go. Nice layup. This auto replay is awful. It's rendered so bad.
Really pushing the limits at the N64 here.
I was trying to make the fingers.
DeVille takes the jumper.
Yeah, from behind the glass.
Patterson gets the
Put your head in the game.
This is the best audio podcast ever.
Yeah.
Stops it.
Not even describing what the hell's happening.
Well, it's basketball. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to the real podcast in a second. This is just a special freebie. I'm gonna throw it in for free, guys.
Yeah.
Because you're paying for the other.
Yeah.
This is really expensive.
Well, I mean, it's not like people are at home
3 point, come on!
playing this game themselves.
Yeah. Pass the fucking ball.
Whew.
Oh,
Yeah.
you try to block my sweet slam dunk. Can't do it. Oh, almost stole
Oh,
that.
here we go.
Almost stole that.
It's 11-11.
Is it?
I didn't even know it was tied.
There's no out of bounds in this game, it seems.
Also, it's way better because of that.
Yeah.
Oh!
Get the
Turns
fucking...
it around! What the fuck is you trying to do, son?
Okay, end of the first quarter. It's 11-11. Sonics versus Hornets.
Here are the stats from the first quarter.
What they should call the Hornets. The score of nets. That's what they do to nets.
I'm gonna edit that out.
Can you not? It's the best joke I've ever made.
Alright. Second quarter. Presented by EA Sports. It is in the game.
And unwrapped starters,
Grant gets the board. The
which is what they have now.
That's right, yeah, I saw that.
Jones grabs it.
He shoots it from downtown.
Wow. If you had got that, I would have thrown
One of
this
these
game
days, that's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
There's been a couple. Still not entirely sure what change player is, but it's okay. This game's way better at making them all jump and actually play defense.
out. Yeah, that's true.
So it's not as big of a deal.
Takes the shot, makes the jumper.
What a bold shot! Oh!
Rebounds,
3 of them.
guys.
Yeah, 3 of them take the rebound.
That should never
They
happen.
all get it. 13-11 for the Hornets.
To Grant. To Patterson.
Yeah, passing, yeah, get in the net. Love it.
Campbell, hook face. He takes
Coat face.
off the mark.
Yeah, we go. Nice pickup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look, just flying through.
Oh, I'm turbo.
Baker.
Nice.
Oh, here. Oh, a
Look at
glorious
this
replay.
sweet replay. A beautiful layup by, I don't know who the
In the next 3 frames, you'll see the ball go in the net.
Oh, it's awful.
It's really bad.
It's really bad.
They do have thumbs in this game, though. Like, they truly do.
Do they?
They truly do have a new finger.
Okay, fair enough. Oh,
That was
three-pointer.
fucking amazing. That's my second 3-pointer of this whole game.
Fuck, I know you're just nailing these 3-pointers.
Well, it's, you can do a lot more with the thumb.
Yeah, true.
Really.
To Gray.
Oh! Fucking 3-pointer again, son.
It's hard to get my orientation. I wasn't sure if I was in front of the net or behind the net. Or...
The field. The fake.
Here we go. Come on, just jump. There's so many red people around you. Just,
Gets the rebound.
God, dude. This is like street hooliganism
Patterson goes
on the
up.
basketball court.
Yeah, street justice,
Yeah.
baby.
Goes up with it.
That right. Be a shoot these days. It's not pass.
Still is.
Still is.
Has been since the beginning of this game. Yeah, I really like that there's no fucking...
Like not as many penalties. Like there hasn't been one yet. I noticed.
Yeah, dude, in the last game, it was seriously every 5 seconds. You try to steal immediately.
I am excited to. Holy shit! I'm making plays.
Yeah.
How'd you get out ahead?
Huh?
How'd you get out ahead? I only noticed you score that one 3-pointer.
I did the 3-pointer, and then I just sort of...
Ho ho ho!
Fucking Santa Claus. Ho, 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 ho! From downtown! Ho, 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 ho! That's 40 people trying to block your fucking shot.
The one who didn't go in.
Wow!
I'm
Sweet
really
alley-oop,
excited
man.
to see. Yeah. He scored in these 7 frames. I'm really excited to
Okay,
see.
I wish I could describe this replay accurately enough. It's just...
Picture one of those old flip books, but you're just flipping through each page.
Yeah, and just very slowly, yeah,
But you're not flipping it page by page. You're taking like a wad of 7 pages and
Yeah.
then flipping it.
Yeah, it's pretty horrific.
It's bad. I am really excited to see what the foul shot is going to look like in this game, though.
Yeah,
Because that was maybe the best part of that last
that
game.
was pretty sweet.
It was really fun.
Wait, sorry, one sec. I'm still looking what steel is.
Yeah, no, but I could use another look at these controls. I've been using turbo.
Okay,
Oh,
so
steel's
defense.
down.
Oh, so down. Okay, and double team.
I don't know
Okay.
what that is. Hand check. Okay, so hand check.
Double team is when you get one person,
Steel's
2 people and 1 person. Like if someone's going for a 3-pointer, you have 2 people on them to stop them.
Only really need to know turbo and steel.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, what's change player? Direct switch, I guess? There is no change player.
Switch player. Hey,
Where do you see that?
hey, it's the top one on defense.
Ah, you're right. And offense. Nice. All
Oh,
right.
it is. Yeah. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Defaults.
Hey, Rick. Here we go.
Wesley puts up the tray.
Oh my god, what was that? Like a 7-pointer? That was pretty
You
far.
wish, son.
I do. Well, we can all turbo.
Fucking sweet.
That was
alley
good.
oop.
That was good.
Trying to steal from you.
Good defense. Good defense, Hornets.
Steal from him.
Yeah, this happened once before, and I hated it.
With the rainmaker.
Get the fuck
Oh
out
my
of here!
god!
Constantly making 3-pointers
Just
every.
bleeding
God.
3-pointers, but you're still ahead somehow. How did you get this massive lead? I don't. We were tied at the beginning of this quarter.
Yes! 3-pointer to end the quarter.
Oh, what a
That was a fucking run. Look at this sweet replay. I love it.
dumb boy.
It gives me time to drink half of my beer.
Yeah. It is nice for that.
Wait 1 second. It's up to you. Throw it.
Here we go! Oh my god, hit the backboard.
That's terrifying.
I really wish. I'm probably not picking up this sick soundtrack. But this soundtrack tells me more about when the game was made than anything else.
Sorry, I was just...
No, we should play after this. Some Tony Hawk.
Yes.
That's what this is leading into.
Alright, so second, we're at the halftime here. You know, the top players in Sonics are R. Patterson, don't know what the R stands for, and
Rachel.
Phils. Yeah, Rachel Patterson, large black man named Rachel. And there's a guy just called Phil, so he has no first name, it's just Phils.
He's the Phils.
It's Phils, yeah, what's up? From Charlotte, Phils.
Phils.
So, right now, it's resting at 29-24 for the Sonics. The Hornets, they're making a lot of three-pointers.
A lot of three-pointers.
You know, like, seriously, every throw. Somehow I'm winning, though. I don't understand.
So, go big or go home philosophy.
Yeah.
Quality, not quantity.
Well, see, that's the thing. I'm getting quantity with a little bit of quality, and that's why I'm ahead so far. You know what I'm saying?
What is your team? Your radio towers.
I'm the Sonics, yeah. The Seattle Tower.
We're Hornets.
Yeah, from Charlotte, in North Carolina. Alright, now the exciting third quarter.
Star player Phils.
Phils, what's up, Phils? Steal!
Oh, I'm just gonna pass it.
Steal!
Pass it, then I'm gonna shoot it. Then I'm gonna score. Oh, that's how Phils does it.
Alright. Peyton. There we go. Yeah, to Barry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that felt really big man.
Yeah, big man.
Grant gets the board. Takes the jumper. Not there.
Not there. Okay. Good steal.
Yeah, because B is shoot. Again. Continues to be.
Coleman takes the shot.
And stop this madman. Steal the ball. Yeah!
It wouldn't let me shoot.
Stolen from downtown, pound town.
No. That's not stolen from downtown.
Yes!
God damn it.
31-26 for Seattle.
Yeah! 31-28
Alright,
for Seattle. See how quick the turnaround
Alright,
was?
don't be arrogant.
Count the seconds.
Don't be arrogant.
Count the
That's
seconds.
very...
You know what?
That's
Arrogance is how I lost the last game, so don't tell me what to do.
I'm going to tell you what to do. Oh, come on. Three-pointer.
You know why I lost that one? It's because white boys can't.
Yes! Three-pointer. 34-28. Loving it. Get fucking rebound.
To Patterson. To Baker. Pulls the trigger. Comes up empty. Rebound.
Doing all these trick shots unintentionally.
Trey. Grant gets
I keep on like randomly passing, not quite making it.
You're a good basketball player accidentally.
Yeah. Alright, some sweet dribbling. Oh, look at these fucking moves I'm throwing out here.
He takes the three.
Oh, almost gets the three-pointer.
Gets the rebound.
Steal the
Here he
fucking
comes!
ball. Phils!
With a sick shot
How
around
did
the
he do
wrist,
that?
and I don't know, it's like
I
Aladdin
want to see
stealing
if I can look at an
bread.
instant replay there.
Yeah. So he bounces the apple off his arm. And that was like what he did at the basketball. What is this?
I'm trying to use
Like,
this.
there's like 2 batteries in the lower right. There's.
In no way does it describe how to actually use this
What the-
instant replay feature. It's
Why
awful.
can't you just play the instant replay? What is this? This is so archaic.
Okay, so Phils. We're gonna do Phils.
Just as a miniaturized version of Final Cut Pro in here.
This is so frustrating.
Holy shit, this is complicated.
Oh, okay. No, I actually finally see it. Okay, so we're following Phils right now. It's just hanging around, doing nothing. Oh, he's going ahead. He's looking back. Oh, he gets the ball out of nowhere. Oh, wait, I'm going to zoom in. We're gonna
Yeah.
Alright, that's the
Can you
maximum I can
rotate
zoom
the
in.
camera?
Alright. Oh,
So he goes up with his left arm, but like away from the basket,
yeah. And then
like spins it.
turns his hand impossibly, spins it around,
No, not impossibly.
and gets it in.
Quite
That's
possible. Phil
madness.
possible.
Phil possible. 1 sec, I'm gonna drink beer.
Yeah, so am I. That's why they call him Phils.
Why?
Oh, you couldn't tell? It was quite obvious. It's because he fills the net.
Oh, okay. I see. All right. Now we're working. All right. So back in. Okay. Life changing.
Yeah. If anything, play the game.
I'd say so. I mean, it actually defied the human body.
That's classic Phils.
Classic Phils. It's weird because I've never heard of him. Like,
no, he's
no
like,
offense to Phils.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
sure
like,
he's a good
he's like
player.
that famous chess player. He came, he conquered, and then he just disappeared.
People know who Bobby Fischer is, though. Yeah, that's right. You're astounded that I knew that name.
Yeah, well,
I saw you visibly like what?
I've seen. Why can't? God,
Shot clock.
You're like a fucking team of like jackrabbits. What?
Yeah. Oh, password America.
Password America? Is that what you said?
Just password America.
Is that the password to your computer? America?
Nope. It should be though.
No, I've seen that movie with Bobby Fischer. I know who he is. I just forgot his name.
Remembering Bobby Fischer.
No, is it Finding Bobby Fischer?
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, remembering. He's not dead.
No, actually, no, he might be.
He might
That's
be now.
kind of the point of the movie.
Oh.
The way the camera's moving, I think it might have gone in. I don't like you guys. Like, why don't my guys mob the net and jump like maniacs?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's not Phil's style.
No, it isn't.
It goes against him to block something from filling the net.
Yeah.
So it's just he's not good at defense.
He just believes it's his philosophy. Ow?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is.
Get it? Get it though?
Yeah.
Philosophy.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You get the great.
His brother's name is Philos. I think I know why I wasn't shooting. I think I figured it out. I have a hunch why anyone but Phil was not shooting.
Why?
I think I was touching. If you touch the control stick when you shoot, they don't like it. The little men. Yeah,
Little men?
yeah, they don't.
Little man?
Yeah, the little men.
Little man.
Little men.
Oh, that's a sweet ass dunk.
Yeah, that was that was a sweet ass thing.
Ow!
You're kicking my ass right now.
Instant replay. He's just driving up to the net. No one's on
This
him.
is the highest frame rate I've seen yet.
Fuck yeah! Out of no, it's just a huge dunk. President. Oh, look at that guy with the glasses. He's fucking ready.
The tick plays on your team apparently.
Yeah, he's a good player. Oh, I almost stole that ball.
You can almost steal nothing.
Yeah, believe it.
You guys have defense.
Yeah, America.
It's really fast.
It's because it's America, man.
Charlotte is also in America.
North Carolina.
So it's in North America. North America. It's as American as it gets.
North Carolina's still in America.
Yeah, it's in North America. It's in the northern part of America.
Steel.
You can't just say it's not.
Steel.
It's not a Connect.
If they do have Connect basketball, is that what they do?
Yeah. Pass,
Steal.
pass, steal, pass.
Steal
and
the
it just
ball.
happens exactly when you say it.
Puts up the tray.
Oh, fucking three-pointers. It is now 43-30.
This is raping. This game is not as good as 99 anymore.
Oh, suddenly now you love 99.
Yeah, I always loved 99.
Before you're praising, like, oh, it's such a great feature, there's no, like, out of bounds,
it's
no fouls.
faster.
Puts up the tray.
It's realer.
Comes up empty.
There's more real life, that's what I like about it.
I don't like a game that doesn't let Phils do his thing.
Takes the fadeaway jumper.
Well, you should notice that Phil's was not in 99, but he is in 2000.
Oh,
so.
he's a 99. I just didn't play on the team with him. Like, see, bullshit like that. Like, you are at least a head shorter than me. And then, like,
45-30.
switching players is harder.
No, it's realer. That's what I like about it.
Comes up empty. Peyton.
Oh! Oh, fuck.
Not there.
Almost went for...
You know why they made such a bad game? Because they were worried this is 2000. They were worried the world's going to end. They just didn't put any effort into it.
That's probably it.
What's this shit? It's
Probably
like 80,
Y2K.
It's like 80-30 now. Like, what is this bullshit? You guys are just... You can't stop.
Too powerful.
That guy did a double jump. What is this, Castlevania? That's bullshit. What a 3 almost pointer.
Gets the board. to Patterson.
Right. I was like scoring a bunch before.
What? I just saw
Yeah.
I got
a change of heart.
50-30.
All right.
It is 50-30.
Yeah, my players had a change of heart. They just didn't want to play the game anymore.
Yeah, they're not into it now.
He takes the
Do
shot.
you notice how none of them are shooting? Like, what is this?
Takes the jumper.
Why did I do that?
You sabotage my
Grant
controls?
goes up.
No, you just suck, man. That's the problem.
To Jones.
No,
What
man.
the stupid-
99 was my jam.
With it. Yes.
No, it's NBA Live.